The best e-commerce SEO strategy right now is most likely a lot simpler than what you're already doing. See, I've done SEO for hundreds of different e-commerce brands, and before we start working together, a lot of them are putting so much effort into 15 or 20 different tactics they heard about, when really driving revenue from SEO comes down to just 3 things. Finding the pages that actually make you money, making those pages the best answer to what buyers are searching for, and becoming a brand that Google and AI are likely to recommend. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to nail all those 3 things, because they're probably where 90% of your SEO and revenue will probably come from. So let's get into it. Find the pages that make you money. So the first part of the strategy is figuring out which of your pages actually make you money, because on a typical e-commerce site, it's usually a pretty small number. A money page is any page tied to a search where someone's ready to buy. So usually that's a category page or your best product pages. And most of the stores I look at, a small group of these pages bring in the majority of the organic revenue, while hundreds of other pages barely do anything. So instead of putting all your efforts across the entire catalog, the first thing to do is find that small number of pages and put all of your time and effort into them. Now I'm quickly going to run through an example of how to find these money pages. I'm going to use Gymshark as an example because they're a really popular brand in the UK and globally. You know, everyone knows about Gymshark. They make amazing revenue. So of course, they're going to have some money pages. I've decided to use Gymshark because I don't want to, share any secrets that our clients may have in terms of what's making them the real revenue on the site. So I'm going to use Gymshark because they're not a current client of ours. So looking at Gymshark, this is their homepage for the UK, and we can see they've got bestsellers, right? So I'm assuming that some money pages will probably be linked to their best-selling products. So this is the women's products. Is summer at the minute, so I am guessing that they probably make a lot of money on oversized t-shirts. Let's say that as an example. We can see this is the product page. I'm just trying to see what collection this links to. So somebody searching for training oversized t-shirt is likely going to come onto a collection page. They rank. That's amazing. So men's oversized t-shirts. So it's actually the men's pages that rank, and it's a collection page. So collection pages are going to be your money pages, not necessarily your product pages. So for this particular brand, they've prioritized the men's oversized t-shirts. I was looking for the category associated with the women's oversized t-shirts, which I couldn't find very easily. So I think a tip for these guys, if you're watching Gymshark, I'll definitely try and have better relationships between your collections, which are your money pages, as well as your actual product pages. Because if I want to see all of your women's oversized t-shirts, it's not very easy to find that on this product page. So they just have a generic one. Maybe they've just not created the page yet, and they've just prioritized the men's one, which makes sense. Or maybe they've got more men searching for this kind of product, and maybe the women's oversized t-shirts isn't very popular. Who knows? I think there will be an opportunity there. Women's oversized t-shirts. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of demand for this worldwide. I mean, they're a global brand, so I would certainly try and tap into this. I'm just curious to see what comes up. Women's oversized t-shirts. Okay, so they do have a collection page. I'm just wondering why they don't have a link from the product page to that particular collection. I've got no idea. Gymshark, if you have the answer, please let me know. Slide into my DMs. But yeah, you just don't have a link to that particular product page. So a quick fix would be to have a breadcrumb link to the actual collection. Just seeing if they've got that anywhere. So if I go to this one here, so men's tops, I'm just trying to see. Yeah, they don't really have breadcrumb links, which is interesting. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's no breadcrumb schema. So potential opportunity there. Just low-hanging fruit. I mean, of course, they rank for the collection page already. So it's just, I think, from a UX perspective and improving that journey. If I want to see most of the, more of these shirts, then, ideally want to see the collection page and then potentially continue my purchase journey in terms of all the products that are available. I think that should just be a lot easier. And breadcrumbs is a very easy way to do that. Of course, we've done that with the client that we work with called Manage at Home, where let's say you are looking into any one of these products. Let's say it's a bath lift. I can easily navigate back to relevant products. If I want to see all the other bath lifts that are available, I can just quickly go onto this page. So yeah, with money pages, you obviously want to get traffic to them, but you also want to have a close link between your money page and your product pages. The way you find these pages is by looking at how your buyers are actually searching, because the words they use tell you whether they're ready to buy or just researching. Someone typing best office chair for back pain is comparing options and getting close to buying. So a page built around that search is a money page, but someone typing how to relieve back pain at home is just researching. So that's a fine topic for a blog post, but it won't bring in many sales. When you go through your keywords, find the ones where people are ready to buy and build your best pages around those. Another thing to look for is a broad page that should really be split into several more specific ones. A lot of the time, the way a business organizes its products on the site doesn't match the way their customers search for them. We worked with a mobility brand that had one broad page for all of their walking frames with wheels, even though their buyers were searching for specific types. So we split that one page into separate pages for lightweight, all-terrain, indoor, and heavy-duty models, each matched to how people were searching. Once we did, more of those pages started ranking, more visitors converted, and their average order value went up. Now, some of your best money pages won't show up in a keyword tool at all. Keyword tools only show you what people are already searching for in big numbers, so everyone using them ends up going after the exact same terms. The questions your customers ask and the things that your sales or support team hear every day will make it clear what pages you should build that your competitors haven't yet. For example, your support team might keep getting asked whether you sell a specific type or size of product, but if there's no page for it, you're missing out on buyers who already know what they want. Now, we had something similar happen with the brick tile company, who's one of our clients, where their most popular installation for brick slips is actually the fireplace. So a lot of people, if they've got a fireplace in their home in the UK, they want to make it look nice, homely and cozy. So they might want to have a brick kind of feature in the home, and the fireplace is usually the center of the home. So they definitely want to have that. So previously they actually didn't have this page, which is a really strong money page for them. They had a blog post talking about, fireplace brick slips, but they didn't have a specific page on this. So they were missing out on showcasing one of the most popular installations and the products available for people to quickly purchase one of these products. So, somebody types this into Google, say brick slips for fireplace, you can see it comes up straight away and they rank number one. So that's good. That's good that they actually rank for that. I'm actually logged in at the minute, but I think if we just go into incognito just to double check, just to make sure, I'm not telling any fibs here. Yes, so they're still ranked number one. Perfect. So fireplace brick slips for fireplace, they rank number one for that. It's a really good money page for them, and they get a good chunk of revenue for that because they've built a destination for their customers to actually go onto a page. I definitely, explore all your customer questions, explore the sales feedback that you're getting from your team, try to understand what's the most popular product, what are people searching for. And it could be just social listening, it could be looking at social media, it could be anything, just to gain that kind of customer clarity in terms of what products could be trending, what products could potentially be money pages for your brand. By the way, if at any point in this video you'd rather just have us go through your site, find all your money pages for you, fix them up, and build out the rest of your strategy, I'll leave a link at the top of the description. You can book a free intro call with us and we can talk about it. Anyway, let's get back to the video. What to do with your money pages. So once you've found your money pages, the obvious question is what to do with them. And the goal is to make each one the best possible answer to the search it's targeting. The good thing is the same work that makes a page the clearest answer for a buyer also makes it the clearest answer for Google and AI search. It's one job that pays off in all three places at once. Now, the first thing to get right on each page is the title tag and the heading. Your title tag is the clickable line that shows up in the search results, and your H1 is the main heading at the top of the page. Both of them need to use the exact words your buyer is typing. So if people search for cordless garden trimmer, that phrase needs to be in the title and the heading, even when your internal product name is something else. It sounds basic, but matching the words on the page to the actual search is one of the most overlooked things in e-commerce SEO. The next thing is the actual copy on these pages, and a lot of brands barely put any effort into this. If you sell other brands' products, you're probably using the same product descriptions the manufacturer gave everyone else, which means your page looks identical to every other shop selling that product. When 10 shops all have the same description, Google has no reason to rank yours above the others. With that said, on your money pages, make sure to write your own descriptions that answer the questions a buyer has before they purchase, such as your delivery times and returns policy, your warranty, and what happens if something goes wrong, and what makes you the better place to buy it from. The last thing to fix on your money pages is when two of your own pages are competing for the same search. This is called keyword cannibalization, and it happens when several of your pages all target the same search query. So rather than one strong page ranking, you end up with 2 or 3 weak ones that all underperform. We saw this play out with one of our clients, the Brick Tile Company, which is a UK brand that sells clay, brick tiles and brick slips, and a few of their pages were all competing over the same brick slip searches. So we picked the one page that should rank for it, combined or redirected the others into it, and built out the category pages they were missing. Within 2 months, their organic transactions went up by 60%. They got 38% more first-time buyers, and 48% more of their keywords made it into the top half of Google. Become the brand getting recommended in LLMs. Now, getting your money pages right is a big part of this, but to actually get in front of buyers today, you also need to be the brand that gets recommended inside AI search. When someone asks ChatGPT or Google's AI for the best product in your category, it comes back with a short list of a few brands. And if you're not on it, the buyer never even finds you. And what decides whether you make the list is how clearly and consistently your whole site explains who you are. Because if your homepage and your product pages all say different things, AI tools can't tell what you do, so they won't recommend you. Take Element Suite, a B2B software brand we worked with, where we rewrote their site to say exactly who they serve and what they sell. After we did that, they went from showing up for 0 buying searches to ranking on page 1 for 48 of them, and the conversion rate more than doubled. Now, I'm quickly going to run through that case study with Element Suite. So back in May 2025, we wrote a case study for them, and it's led to winning a couple of awards for them as well, which was the UK Digital Excellence Awards and also the European Search Awards, both in B2B SEO categories. So we rebuilt their brand with a brand new website, rebuilt their pipeline, positioning, etc., for an award-winning acquisition. So we actually increased their SQL rate, which is their sales qualification rate, by more than double, and we also increased the MQLs, so their marketing qualified leads, by over 124%. This was in the space of 12 to 18 months, and it led to them being acquired by Zealous, which is an HR SaaS company, a lot bigger in their space. So this was really a wonderful project in the SaaS category. Not necessarily e-com, but you can kind of take the same learnings into any e-commerce brand. What we did obviously is rewrite a lot of their copy, make sure that it was more buyer-led content, restructure their website around things that buyers were actually looking for. So, the software, types of industry that they were buying from, the different roles, the buyers that were actually purchasing the product, whether it's HR, operations, IT, different client stories that would validate what the particular person was looking for and how we helped a specific brand in this space, etc., and loads of resources that could help them. So you can kind of take the same learnings on any brand, even though it's a slightly different industry. And this all begun with a 2-day workshop, and this is what the website looked like when it was launched at the time. And yeah, it was a really strong case study for us, and we got a lovely testimonial from the head of marketing at the time, Victoria. And yeah, it was certainly an amazing project to work with, and it really came down to mapping out the key personas, creating a content strategy that spoke directly to the audience's needs, and transforming the website into a vehicle for growth. So it wasn't just about the rankings, it was more so about the positioning and the impact that could have across the entire journey, whether they're getting the traffic from SEO or they're getting the traffic from paid, or whether they held a in-person event and people were navigating to the website. So the sales team were actually able to use the website as part of their process, whereas before the website was kind of an afterthought and they didn't really point prospects to the website because it just wasn't useful. It wasn't speaking the same customer language. The clearer you are about who you are and what you sell, the easier you make it for both Google to rank you and AI to recommend you. The next part is what the rest of the internet says about you, because AI doesn't only read your own site, it looks at reviews of the websites and anywhere people talk about brands. And most of what it uses comes from places other than your own site. In fact, around 82% of what these AI tools quote is written by real people. So the more genuine reviews and mentions you have out there, the more likely AI is to recommend you. So if you want to be one of the brands that gets recommended, you need to show up in those same places through things like press coverage, getting featured on the websites of the brands you stock, and a steady flow of reviews from your customers. When you put all this together, the results start to compound fast. Unlike ads, where the traffic stops the moment you stop paying, these pages keep bringing in customers month after month once they're ranking. As your organic results grow, you can rely less on paid ads to hit the same revenue, which is the whole point of doing this properly. Now, I want to be clear, this isn't going to happen in a week, and anyone who tells you the truth about ranking will say it takes at least a few months. But once your pages are ranking, they keep bringing you customers long after the upfront work you had to do is done. Now look, if you'd rather just have us handle all of this for you and build all the authority you need to get recommended without the trial and error, you can click the first link in the description and book a free intro call with us. We'll look at where your organic search is underperforming right now and show you exactly what to focus on first. And if you end up working with us, within 90 days, you'll be attracting more new customers. So again, you can book your free intro call by clicking the first link in the description. And if you want to see how to unrank almost every other brand in your space, then check out this video next.